evening, world. Good evening, Jamaica. Good evening to everyone who's tuned in, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. It is time for the Jamaica Spotlight Show. Of course, this evening we have a veteran entertainer. You know him as Pappa Biggy. Later on, he'll tell us his given name at birth.
Yep.
We'll go into all that. But just a little bit about Hot Fire Blazing FM. Hot Fire Blazing FM is based on Kingdom Principles, a product for spiritual development. KSHW Live Communications is the home of Hot Fire Blazing FM. Ken Solomon from Jamaica, he's going to be our radio host this evening, from Jamaica, West Indies, has decided to create a radio station to give local talents, businesses, ministry, and more a chance to promote positive vibration, helping the needy and giving voice to the voiceless. To support, you can donate, collaborate.
Good evening. I am I'm putting it on
video.
So you can see the other side.
You can email us at hotwaxja@gmail.com or hotfireblazingfm@gmail.com. All right, we do need your support, so get ready, sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack. Here we go. Pappa Biggy, are you ready?
Yes, Sister Sierra, Diva.
All right, let me give them a little bit more of your grown and sexy Father Ken.
The real Diva, Sister Sierra Diva.
So hold the pen, let up nothing be wood. This I wanna put it it's like the place in less with. We build the bridge cross over the valley. You and your friend can ride and galley.
All right, I'm going to ask all the persons who are not a part of the show to mute your microphones just in case you're there with the guest or with the host back there, so we can hear, because we get different sounds coming through. So I'm not sure if someone is trying to communicate with me or with someone else. So as a courtesy, please take off your microphone. All right.
I think so trying to communicate with me because we wanted to come on live.
Huh?
I think the person was trying to communicate with me. But she okay, man. She knows what
all right.
thing.
Good. All right. So we start by putting God first. I don't see Ken Solomon. Father Ken, are you there? He says we're on here. We're on air.
I'm here.
All right. So I'm going to turn it over to you right now to start with a word of prayer. You know, we don't do anything without giving it to the Almighty.
Okay. Bless the name of the Lord. Thank you so much, of course, Lady Sierra. Of course, everything turn up. And of course, Satan, burn up. We put the Almighty God first in everything that we do, because the Lord is my light and my salvation. Then whom shall I fear? We ask the Holy Spirit to just, of course, guide all of us right here. And of course, be our guide. And of course, when you open your mouth, the Holy Spirit will fill it with words indeed. So be abreast and brace yourself, because of course, as the scriptures say, the Lord is my light and my salvation, then whom shall I fear? Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Let's go along, and of course we ask the Almighty God to touch our voice, touch our minds, and of course it's gonna be, of course, edutainment vibration, of course, right here across the world for each and every one. If you're in Australia, if you're in Jamaica, Trinidad, anywhere across the Caribbean and across the world, welcome to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, the award-winning show with a beautiful Diva Sierra Dion. And of course, we have a couple of guests right here in the mix. We're going to looking forward for of course, a veteran artist, Pappa Biggy. He has some brand new stuff coming out. And of course, we have Norval. We have, of course, the man himself, with a transport man himself right here in Jamaica. Of course, indeed, coming up right here on Hot Fire Blazing FM. We're going to touch on this, a little bit of this, and then we go to Lady Sierra for much, much more. Watch this.
Looking for the hottest vibes, a real conversation, and authentic Jamaican culture? Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah DVD on, alongside host Carolyn McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon. On Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great. All right. Thank you so very much for that. Yes, it's gonna be great. So this evening we'll kick things off with Pappa Biggy. Then we'll go on to our next entertainer before we get to our transportation specialist. So let's dive right into it so we don't bore you to death. Now, Pappa Biggy, we know him as Pappa Biggy. Pappa Biggy, for those who don't know, tell us, what is your given name at birth and who exactly is Pappa Biggy?
Okay, well, my birth name is Courtney Anthony Portius. And I am a Jamaican dancehall artist, but a cultural roots dancehall artist. That simply means no derogatory or defamatory lyrics come from my mouth, so to speak.
Give me a moment.
So,
Father, can you please put Pappa Biggy on screen? Thank you.
yes, so
Go ahead.
yes, so now that's actually who Pappa Biggy is. I am actually, as I said, a Jamaican born and bred cultural Jamaican dancehall artist, and I seek to entertain, but at the same time empower and educate people through music. And that's me in actually a nutshell. I've been around, as I say, I'm a veteran artist. I've been around from the early 80s. I was the second person to win the Jamaica National DJ competition. Yellow Man was the only one before me.
Wow.
But life goes on sometimes, you take different avenues along the way, and so right now I'm reintroducing myself to the new generation and to the new demographics of new reggae and dancehall listeners.
Thank you, Father Ken, Pappa Biggy. Thank you so much. I'm sorry about that. All right, thank you for your response. Now, who or what inspired you to do music?
All right, my inspiration started when I was a young kid in Trenchtown. I am from Denham Town originally, but my father went to live in Trenchtown with a lady at one point. And the few years that we were there, I got introduced to Wilton Hill Band and from Wilton Hill Marching Band, and also to Bob Marley and the rest of the man what them call culture yard now with his name Knowledge Corner. What really happened is that my friend in school, his father was a dreadlocks, was a Rasta man who was friends with Bob. So when them come from a ghost town, so instead of me turn up the road, go on my yard, me go down a ghost town enough time with him, and me end up over there now, go check him and him father. And him father not chill with Bob them, and them used to beat chalice together. Me and them smoke weed together, but draw chalice, So it was just a set of man them. So I go there and I was inspired by Bob Marley, and then when I went to St. Ann to live with my grandmother after my parents migrated, and I went to live in St. Ann with my grandmother. My grandmother is originally from West Kingston, too, but we ended up married to a gentleman from St. Ann and go live here. So we ended up going to St. Ann go live, and I got here go live. Then I actually started to play around with music in school, joining the choir, and from the choir to the folk group and everything away from, And after when started going to Ferncourt High School, by this time you have a dreadlocks in the community, a Rastaman have a sound, Windman. Seeing him did have a sound and Jana put another sound in Soul Express, and Those things I started go around the sound system, holding the microphone, and then when we start with front court, I started going around this brother named Fancy, him also named Mello from St. Anne.
Okay.
I'm gonna start fast too with civil. One of the songs that really inspired me to be a DJ in a sense. I used to listen to Bobby Culture a lot. And when I used to listen to Bobby Culture, I was on Jack Ruby sound. And it was something about Bobby Culture's voice and his style that hit me. But the thing that pivoted me more into that form of the music was Yellow Man. When I first saw Yellow Man perform at Claremont Market House, and I said, yes, this is something that I would want to do. And that's what threw me directly inside of the music. And with the death of Bob Marley too, in that same old time, same era, it kind of just I touched my heart so much, because Bob was somebody that I looked up to, you know, after seeing him as a young man, meeting him as a young man, and seeing what, and the impact he had on the world and Jamaica and his lyrical content, it spoke volume. Then as you know, I entered the Jamaica National DJ competition in 1982 while still in front court, and I came out victorious. I won the parish finals, then the national finals, and to become the second person in the history of Jamaica to win the Jamaica National DJ competition. The first before me was Yellow Man, and then I was after, and the rest was history.
All right. Before we go any further, I'm going to play a little bit of a song here, and I would love for you to tell me a little bit more about it. All right.
Yeah, man.
Father Ken, if we could get all three of us on the screen, one to the left, one to the right, that would be a little better.
Can you turn it up a little more when my fans hear it? I wish you could have turned it up a little more. Celebrate Jamaica 21.
All right, so that was a part of your Independence Festival competition. You want to tell us about it?
No, 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 that wasn't it. The song I had won it was not independent song. I had won the national DJ competition with a song called Falkland Crisis, where
Okay.
it was actually recorded by a gentleman named Stuart, but he had come from England and he had different ideas of marketing the music.
Okay.
And what had happened because his whole idea of doing it wasn't the right way. And it ended up he knew music in England, he didn't know understand the demographics and the schematics of the music in Jamaica, the sales and marketing and stuff. And in those days it just like now it's a little bit more easier because of the internet. But in those days it was more grinding on the ground, going from record shop to drop off songs and say, this song is my new song out and put it out and, get it out there like that. He wasn't into that. And that song, basically didn't get the type of traction and the success that it deserved. But I
Okay.
got the recognition by winning the Jamaican National DJ competition. So I
Okay.
can say thanks for that part of it. But this song that you just hear, it was one
Yes.
of the first dancehall songs that play on what is now called IRFM. Back then it was Radio Northeast. And it was at the LOJ building in Centon in Otorius at the time. I was a student at Ferncourt High School and I wrote it. And it was produced by a gentleman with a security firm in Otorius, Pineapple to be exact, called Ben Campbell. The song is called Jamaica 21st Independence. At that time, Jamaica was 21 years. At 21 years of independence. That was 1983. The song is also located on Facebook and stuff. And people, not Facebook, YouTube, people could go up there and look at it, listen to it. It's called Jamaica 21st Independence. So Jamaica was only 21. Now this year, Jamaica is going to be 64. So that speaks volume and tell you how long I've been patriotic and doing patriotic songs.
Yes. All right. Thank
So
you. No, go ahead.
Yep. So that song actually was something that came out of my love for my island home, Jamaica, And
Yes.
no matter where in the world I live, and that's the reason why I have a new song out now called Jamaican a Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter where, and I have a song even before that in about 1987 on the early and first label, and which did very well in South America. It's called Back to Yard. All those songs depict and spread the message of my love and my consciousness of my being and where I'm from. Because if you don't know where you're from, then don't know where you're going.
All right, thank you. Now, I'm going to ask you a few more questions because I have to leave space for Father Ken to come in. I normally go more mundane and direct. Now, since then, and you have evolved with your versatility, your creativity, you have graced many stages internationally and locally. Let us in on the different places that you have performed.
Oh, well, it's a whole lot of different places, but some of the more, since I'm here in the US right now, I can just name. Like, for instance, I've performed at Madison Square Gardens more than once. I've performed at the Ritz, I've performed at Lincoln Center, I've performed, which, those are some of the bigger venues back then, and even now, you know, here in America, and I've performed in many different countries, and South America, and so different countries all over the place I've performed over the years. So long before a lot of artists have been going to certain countries and certain islands and stuff, I was going there as a young man performing. I
Right,
remember
right.
even when I went to South America, I remember places where I went where they were saying I was one of the first DJ to come there. Singers went there, but as a DJ, I was one of the first back then.
All right,
So
thank
it's
you.
just life, it's just a journey.
Yes, yes, it is. Now, I know of you, about you, and personally a little bit. Now, there are a lot of people who don't know, and you are extremely versatile. You've been around. Now, has there ever been a time when you had to improvise while on stage? Have you ever had an audience who just seemed disinterested or disengaged, I should say?
All right.
How
So let
do
me say it
you
here.
handle that?
Every artist, no matter what the name, sometime or the other, whether in the beginning or stages of his career or while he's in full flight, where the audience, no matter what him do, the audience just not responding. So
Right?
I I I used to be in shows. I used to watch how the crowd react to the acts that come in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever remembered a show that have been the first artist that went on it. Yeah, I think maybe once Champion Action. I'm not even sure. But I've had many shows where I stood backstage and I watched artists stay up close to the audience and I watched the reaction of the audience, the type of music, type of rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And right before I go on stage, I have to basically call where the bandman or if it's tracked and say switch it up. Before you do this song, do this one. And it's something that 90% of artists basically do. Because if you watch the crowd and you see that the crowd is the type of crowd that when them hear the heavy dancehall rhythm, them no move, but them hear a more milder rhythm and they will move to it. If you watch the crowd and you see that type of thing, then you know that you will have to definitely basically rearrange your set right there. And you can't just go on and say, okay, I'm gonna move the people when you see the mood they're in. So what I usually do, as I said, I watch the crowd and then I move forward and do it. So I've done it many times before.
All right, thank you for that. So, up and coming entertainers or the younger ones out there, listen to Papa Biggie. I hope you are tuned in. Of course, just a reminder that you are tuned in right now to Hot Fire Blazing FM. You can be a sponsor, you can donate, drop us a line at hotfireblazingfm at gmail.com, or you can call 1-877-582-2704. Now back to Papa Biggie. Papa Biggie, describe to
Mhm.
us your performance rituals and tell us how you manage the pressure of being in the spotlight and dealing with performance anxiety, if by chance you have any.
Okay. All right. Um, redirect the question again.
All right, tell us how you prepare for these shows and how you handle the stress of being in the spotlight, and if you happen to have
Okay. All right. With me,
anxiety, how
all
you
right.
deal with
As, as most people know, I'm not a drinker and I'm not a smoker.
that. Hmm.
So I don't, I've used anything to enhance my capabilities to go on stage. What I use is my natural vibe that's within me, and I feed off, once I go on the stage, I feed off the audience. So basically, the people are, if it's one, even one person, that
Hmm.
once I see that person in the audience, it actually spurs something inside of me. Like basically, it comes natural, you know. So the thing is that I dig deep within and I live close to my spirituality. And I live close, when I say my spirituality, to life itself. And I remind myself every time that what I'm doing, not doing it for myself. But when I go in front of a crowd or in front of an audience, I go in front of the audience to entertain them, not to entertain myself. So what I do, I make sure I position and put myself in a situation mentally so that I go there to entertain and not to go around and fool around, you know. So I
All
prepare
right.
myself mentally that way, you know, that's naturally.
Perfectly. So, okay. I'm going to play a little bit of this next song, and then I have one more question before I turn things over to Father Ken. All right, here we go. This one is called Reach Out.
Only a picture is here to remind me the way things used to be. Living with a broken soul and a memory for things I could not see. Only a picture is here to remind me the way things used to be. Living with a broken soul and a memory for things I could not see. So reach out when you feel like you are falling. Pick up your phone and give me a call. In the midst of your deepest fear, always remember there's somebody here. Reach out when you feel like you are falling. Pick up your phone and give me a call. In the midst of your deepest fear, always remember there's somebody here.
All right, talk to us about that song, Papa Biggie. It's one of my favorites, by
All
the way.
right. So Reach Out is basically a song that is basically saying to people out there or to someone out there who has lost hope and is considering or contemplating suicide. The song, what do you call it? Study name for the song is that, you know, it's suicide prevention, because I did it in mind because of the alarming rate of suicide that was going on, and it's still going on worldwide. Because you would have if you would have understand for 2025, just for the year 2025, over 700,000
Hmm.
people worldwide have committed suicide just last year, just in 2025. I'm not talking the World Health Organization. I'm not the one who put forward the statistics. The World Health Organization has reported that over 720,000 people per year worldwide have been committing suicide each year. I'm not talking adding up since
Right?
2020. So since the pandemic, over 720,000 people worldwide have committed suicide each year.
Mm.
So if you count each year, you're talking a few million people, because, you know, from 2020 to the pandemic, until 2025 would be 5 years. And if
Right.
it's seven times seven and seven fives, 35, you're talking 10.5 million people. You're
Yes.
talking 10.5 million people committed suicide since 2020. If you check, let me see, 5 7, no, not 10.5. 5 7's 35 and 5 2's 10. Okay, 450,000 people to be exact. 450,000 people. I,
Mm-hmm.
I want to get my mathematics right,
Okay.
because I don't want to think somebody call me and say, boss, you can't count. And if anybody know me, that's my background really. I did accounting in high school, so, and
Oh,
so so we kind of know for the figures, so that's why we can do it without a calculator.
wow. I
So
wish I
it's
had that
actually,
kind of brain power.
yeah, eh?
I wish I had that kind of brain power when it comes to accounting.
Yes, it's 450,000 people.
Okay.
you know, no, 700 is 4.5,
Mm-hmm.
4.5 million people should say, not 450, 4.5 million people, because 720,000 each year, so it's 4.5
Right.
million for the 5 year.
All right. So thank you for that information. Now I have a two-part question for you, and then I turn you over to Father Ken. If you could change anything about the entertainment and or music industry today as it is, what would that be and why?
All right.
And then the
What I
next
would,
the second part, you can remind me at the end. I will read it again for you. What is unique about you? Why a promoter would want to choose you over the next entertainer or the other entertainer?
all right. So the first part of it, if I could change anything about the music,
Mm-hmm.
I would change the fact that I think a lot of the more in music that should be intuitive, that means music that should reach the ears of the younger generation, that the kids, to form that positivity. Because even I was just watching something, and I'm just gonna stray a little bit on a bus where a police lady, so called, I'm not sure, they said she's a off duty police, and a little girl is going viral. And little girl was just shaking her and going crazy like she ready to fight. And I'm
Mm.
like, the lady was telling her get off the bus, I guess because of her behavior. Because nobody adult in their right mind would just look on a kid and say get off a bus if them behave in a naturally normal, respectful way. So anyway, just reaction of what I see when I see kids get listening to certain type of music and they're exposed to certain type of music. Nobody can tell me that music does not influence people in general, because in every struggle that people fight for freedom, music is what they used to drive that their campaign. And even in political campaigns, music is what they used to drive it. That simply means the music is what helped to influence the people to make a decision on their vote and to get the crowd out. So music is the forum, and music is a forum that no one can deny that influences people. Now, when I hear the people on the radio playing certain music, or the people in certain forums playing certain music, and not giving a chance to the music that is educating the younger generation, then I have a problem with that. And let me turn off this AC a little bit, get too cold. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it kind of get to me that way. So I would have changed um the format of how public display of the music. In a private setting where like a dance hall or so, or like a certain show, children are not supposed to be there. So those music in that setting, I understand. But to hear it blaring in the public, I would love to for the people to tone it down, who are in that situation where kids can actually get access to it.
All
That's
right. So
what I
you're
would
based
change about the music.
Right. So you're basically saying there are some songs that are not supposed to be blaring on the air, and the kids should be, it should have some
No, it's
parental
not supposed to be.
restriction.
It's listen to me. There's a play time and a place for everything.
Okay.
The artist is
Mhm.
entitled to their songs being played, but for adult consumption, not for kids. And there's no guideline as in many areas and many and it's so many spaces around the globe. Not just I'm not when I talk, I don't talk about Jamaica. I talk on a global level. That simply means it's not just what do you call it? It's not just what do you call it? Fence round are limited to Jamaican space. This is on a
Mhm.
global level because children are being exposed to certain explicit lyrics and explicit contents in music right now worldwide, and it needs to be kind of little curtailed, because they're living out the music because they don't fully understand. So they think what they're hearing is what they don't understand. It's like, for instance, okay, Clint Eastwood in a movie, right? And
Mhm.
he stab a gun and him shoot people in the movie.
Mhm.
But at the same time, there were certain children could not go see those movies, and if they see cowboy movie, they were basically given a backstory as to it that it was fictitious.
All
Now,
right.
when they are being taught, when they hear the regular music that cuts through their soul, which is music is more powerful than any movie, may I tell you that?
Okay,
And
but let me stick a pin. Let me say this. Now, there are people, entertainers and promoters. They say, well, this kind of music has its place. Now, we as adults and entertainers, some say it should be banned, but how do we as parents and adults prevent our children from listening to these, absorbing it when we have social media to which they all have access?
okay, all right. Right now, social media makes it kind of impossible. But the thing about the whole thing is that as parents, you have to teach your children what they should listen to or not, and they talk to them. Yes, they're gonna peek on it, but then they don't try to live it out. Listening to it is one thing, but then trying to live the life of it is another thing. Because when a man talk about shut down some man and kill some man and do this and that and do the other, analyze people in a song, or them talk about a girl where I take certain thing in her throat and them type of thing. What they're doing basically, I understand their craft, and I'm not gonna knock out them to artists, any artist to their craft. But the medium for which is this come important that the children have access to now, I don't know it. I think it's the parents' responsibility now to kind of guide them and to teach them and tell them that, listen, me, I know you hear that, but guess what? That's just fiction. You understand me? And even if it's reality, at this point in time in your life, it should not be your reality. You understand me?
Mm-hmm. All right,
And
thank
that's
you.
one of the
Now,
things.
yes, thank you. This is my final one before Father Ken takes you. What is it that is unique about you why a promoter or a business would say, I want him
Oh,
on my
man. All
stage
right.
compared to the other
All
entertainers?
right. Okay. Uniquely about me is that the type of music that I bring forth. I bring forth music that entertains and educates at the same time. Now, if a promoter wants, listen, not every promoter is gonna hire Papa Biggy. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because not every show is gonna be a show that Papa Biggy should be on. Now, a show where you have like a Alkaline Family and certain artists on that level and those type of shows where unless the show is split up like a festival or they have certain segments of the show that they do that, they have like the cultural segment, then the singer segment, whatever, then yes. But if it's a show straight for that type of those type of artists, then a promoter is not gonna see me feasible because the crowd that follow those type of artists, they have their own crowd, and I now knock them in up because guess what I mean. To each his own. You're gonna have the type of people that wanna listen to Papa Biggie. So the promoters that promote shows that are conducive to my type of music or my type of lyrical content will give me work. But the promoters who listen who promotes shows that cater for that type of crowd will not give me shows. And it's okay. And I have no problem with it because guess what happened? I respect the artists for what they're doing. I see a lot of them doing great things, and I have no problem with them and what they're doing. It's just that I just want the kids to be safeguarded from at this point in time, especially when they are young and impressionable, you know?
Do you have a fan going on in the background or something that's making a little noise
No,
there? All
that's
right,
not
if
me.
there's
I hear it
someone else
also, but that's not
on
me.
the live who's not speaking right now, if you can mute
It
the
sounds like
microphone,
somebody's driving and have the window down.
tell him to mute. Please mute your microphone, whomever is driving. No, Papa Biggie. So you're saying the fact that you do cultural music that is unique enough for the promoter or the business to choose you over the other artists or entertainer. Is that what we're hearing? Because we know that
Well,
you don't do that
well,
kind of music, but what it makes you stand out differently from another cultural entertainer?
okay, all right. Because my songs, although they are cultural lyrically, they still take on most of my new songs, especially my songs evolve with the time. And as long as you evolve with the time, with cultural lyrics, with your time, then you'll always have people that stuck in time. And those are the people that the promoters will choose me over because, for instance, my song on the Ilan Gully Rider rhythm, it's a new rhythm, and
Right?
my song on the WYFL rhythm. These songs are actually painting. Even the song like How Much More last year that I put out, all
Mm-hmm.
those songs coming up the line and Know the Street but we don't live like Tug. Those songs are, although I am from the 80s, my songs are still danceable by youths nowadays in this demographic and this cycle of youths who are out there now. So it speaks volumes why a promoter would want to hire Papa Biggie, while you have another artist from in the 80s who's still a DJ like the man them in the 80s, and he has not evolved.
No
So he brings
evolution.
nothing new to the table. That artist bring nothing new to the table. Whether he or she, they bring nothing new to the table.
Yes, sorry. Thank you for that. And before I turn you over to Father Ken, let's remind our listeners that Hot Fire Blazing FM is on YouTube at Hot Fire Blazing FM, Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV, as well as Hot Fire Blazing FM Voices. You can drop us a line at hotfireblazingfm@gmail.com or hotwaxja@gmail.com. You may want to give Father Ken a call at 1-876 582
All right.
2704. You can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Hot Fire Blazing FM, and listen live 24/7 at zeno.fm/radio/Hot Fire Blazing FM. Father Ken, it's your turn in the big chair.
Somebody wrong, you're living an illusion. Them say take a seat and walk go sit down. But me one time old and me two time young. Once a man, twice a child. Them really think them can crack through his time. This I wanna be grown and sexy. Well, them things
All right, Papa Biggie, thanks for talking to me with your grown and sexy self. Father
Thank you
Ken,
so much, Sister Sia. Thank you.
Conversation and
you're very
authentic
welcome.
Jamaican
Father
culture.
Ken, you ready?
Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah DVD on, alongside host Carolou McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire.
All right. Thank you so very much. Father Ken, it's your turn. Okay.
Thank you so much, Lady Sarah. It's a pleasure to see the man called Pappa Biggy. He is such I would say a revelation.
Father Ken, for some reason your mic, the first, hold on, just a minute, please. Your thing is freezing, so it's coming through like delayed and stuff. So I don't know whose computer is freezing or something, but something is freezing or the network is freezing.
Okay, we're going to be asking all the persons on the line who is not participating or not being interviewed to mute their mic, please, that we can have a clear clarity go straight across. Indeed. Are you hearing me a little bit better now, Pappa Biggy?
Yeah, go ahead. Let me hear you.
Are you hearing me a little bit better now?
Yes, I can hear a lot better now. Yes.
Oh, much better, much better. All right. I was saying that, of course, listening to Lady Sarah and having you on the radio here on Hot Fire Blazing FM, it's such a pleasure to know that, of course, you have such a resilience for over the years. You have, that same vibration. And my first question to you would be the name Pappa Biggy. How did that name came about?
It's well, I laugh. I got that name from a girl in primary school. At that time it was all age school. She had come from England to live while I was living in St. Anne with my grandmother. I was going to all age school, which is now primary. And the girl, she actually had an accent. Her name was Christine Martin. So she was from England. So I liked her. The accent that caught me as a young youth. You go country, I go live and go see a little girl and you just basically have a crush on her. Puppy love thing. So I kept bothering her, want to talk to her, want to talk with my girlfriend. And one Friday she looked at me and said to me, "You Biggie, you left me alone. Leave me alone." But she talked in her English accent. And everybody started laughing after me because she called me Biggie. Now the name Biggie now make me start fight. Every minute somebody call me Biggie, me start fight. I was a fighter, so I start fight because of the name Biggie every minute me I fight. So the name, instead of the name leave me, the name stuck out from me. So once I start DJ, I start hold the mic now and thing, I start asking myself, what's the name me I call myself now? In those days, Michigan, I have to salute Papa Michigan. He was one of the first Papa I knew. Papa Michigan.
Yeah.
And Michigan, from Michigan and Smiley, that though Michigan, actually, I took that, I can honestly say 90%, I don't know any Papa that never gotten their name, that part of that synonym then, or that part of acronym, whatever you call it, that part of their name, that Papa. I don't know any artist that had gotten the name Papa that didn't actually got it after Michigan. I can't remember any. But Michigan was the first Papa I knew. And from there, I started calling myself Pappa Biggy.
So
when I entered the Jamaica National DJ, hello?
Go ahead, continue.
Yes, so when I entered the Jamaica National DJ competition, when I entered the National DJ competition in Jamaica in '82, I, just branded my name Pappa Biggy and I started branding myself under that name ever since, and I've lived my musical journey actually took off with that name Pappa Biggy and up until this day,
Oh, you talk about Papa Michigan. I know of another Papa. I don't know if he was before Papa Michigan. Papa San.
No, man, Papa San come long after Michigan, man. Papa San actually come after me. Son actually come after me. But the thing
Oh,
is, son had dropped into a sound system where he was a lady, Mama G. They had a sound system called Creation. That's the same sound system Lady G came upon.
yes.
So the thing is, and a lot more of them. So son was actually after me. Son came to prominence, I think, about 1980. Well, I came to prominence 82. Son came in to prominence, what I knew about 84 coming into 85.
Okay, Sam came after you.
So I was
So
just a little bit before. That's what I know. If I might be wrong, but that's what I know about the business. But Michigan, I can't remember any Papa before Michigan.
okay, great. The song that you're pushing right now, of course, over these years, you have so much songs. So right now, the songs that you're pushing right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
talk to us about those songs. And of course, one of the main songs that I heard on the Ilangoli rhythm, what inspired you to do that song? Because it is kind of out of
Okay,
your
all right.
your cultural vibes,
It's
I would
that
say.
song actually comes. That song actually comes as basically. All right. It's basically a song. When I heard the Ilangoli rhythm, and as usually, I would never write anything derogatory. And
Yeah.
actually, I was in my studio and a virgin called me from Brooklyn and him said to me, Papa Biggy, I never hear the said Ilangoli rhythm out there now. I
Yeah.
actually hear late. Him called me and said, Papa Biggy, you have a rhythm out the name Ilangoli, we are going good and mash up the place. I eat around the summer, You could do a song for it, So I'm say at that time I did double YFL, the mix up banger and I play on double YFL. So I
Yeah.
said, you know what? Yeah, write something on that level, and just put an Ilangoli. So as you would have heard when the song started, it said we build a bridge, we cross over the valley. So you
Yeah.
and your friend them can ride and dolly. Because many times, and I've realized it, a lot of these young youths, they don't pay homage or homage or whatever they call it
Yes.
to the foundation artists in the business. Them rather look at them and laugh at them. And I would love to see more of these young youths. I call some of the older artists, then the more mature artists, the artists them out a long time, then the veteran them like myself. And said to we say, let us do a collab. Because as you know, no tree can survive without the roots. And that is why rhythm like Ilan Gully has taken such a serious spotlight within the dancehall stratosphere right now.
Yeah.
Because if you have noticed for the past 5 years, there's a lot of rhythm. You have what them name Agent Sasko come back out from the what them call the entertainment rhythm,
Yes.
you know, and you have a whole lot of other artists that come out from some rhythm where really are from long time from the 90s and from 80s rhythm I come back out now. And that speaks volume to say that no tree can survive without the root.
Yes.
So the root of the music is what in this song I'm highlighting and the dressing that goes with it because it's not just the music alone, but it's the dressing of how grown people. You understand me? And just like in the WIFL rhythm. So this one is like a backup to the song on the WIFL, which is mixed up background, depicted on how the grown folks are dressing. You understand me? And how the younger people tend to, want to be more X-rated, so to speak, because when I was growing up, X-rated dressing was basically obsolete. It wasn't there none at all. Now it
Obsolete.
become the norm. Now it become the norm, and so it evolved into that level. So the lyrical contents also from the artists that are celebrating that type of lifestyle have become more potent, have become more what do you call it? It become more glamorized then. And hence the young kids picking it up, they're picking up the same trend, and that's where the danger that's where the danger comes in, you know.
Okay. Okay, it's great talking to you, Papa Biggie, and of course, we got to organize a part two of a smashing interview with Papa Biggie right here on Hot Fire Blazing FM. But what I want to get across, persons out there, your fans out there, I want you to send some love to your fans and persons who want to get in contact with Papa Biggie.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
what are the social contacts and the number or the social media platforms
All right.
could you
So so okay, so um I am on Facebook and my name is spelled whether you're Papa Biggie, most people don't know Biggie if they're not familiar with it. So it and Biggie Biggy, that's Papa Biggie. Papa Biggy, Papa Biggie. And I am on most social nearly all the social media outlets. I'm on Facebook, as you know, I'm on there live now. I'm on TikTok and I am on Instagram, I am on Threads, and I'm on YouTube. And anyone wanting to get into touch with me personally, it's original Papa Biggie. That's the word original. And then Papa Biggie, Papabiggy at gmail.com. They could send me an email, and I'll take it from there. Or they could just message me through Messenger, to Facebook Messenger or stuff. They could just message me. Any promoter wanted to get to me, that's how they could get to me easily too, and I welcome them, and then once they contact me, then I'll put them on to my team, my management team, and my management team will sort out the business aspect of it with them, So right now I'm putting together, my management actually is putting together the whole thing that they could put up their information that when anyone want to get in touch with, they know that okay, because managers do not book artists, booking agents book artists.
Yes, yes,
So they would have my managers would have the booking agent set up. That's what we're working on now. My team is working on now. So once that's set up, then everyone will know the information of the booking agent that is representing Papa Biggie. And then they will contact them. Any promoters need to get to them. Anyone in the meantime want to get in touch with me for dub plates, jingles. I do also commercials, not just jingles, but commercials.
yeah.
Because I was taught to do commercial by one of the greats, Mr. Barrett Gardner, years ago. So I do commercials too, and I can do voiceovers. I know to do all of that type of stuff. So I am basically a one-stop shop when it comes to music, entertainment as a DJ. I'm the voice part of it, not the musical part to play the rhythm, and so I can't do none of that. I can't even play a note to save my life. But
Okay,
I can write. I'm also a serious writer. I can write any rhythm, any genre. I could write, and I could write a song for it. And as I say, my songs always make sense. So, Mr. Solomon, thank you, and Sister Sierra Diva, for having me. I really do appreciate you guys having me because getting the word out every time means a lot to me because that's what grow my fan base. That's what grow make people get to know me more.
Thank
definitely.
you for coming in. There needs
Yeah,
to be a
and
part
what
two
I'm
because
saying
there's so
also,
much more that we didn't go into due to time constraint. But we'll talk to Father Ken about that and he'll schedule you for part two.
yes. What I'm saying, Papa Biggie,
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, and
what's the message would you like to leave with persons across the world? What's the message would you like to send out there?
all right. The message I would like to send out there right now is each and everyone should have respect for each other, because out of respect, love grows. So once we have respect for each other, we basically plant the seed for love to grow, and love blossoms like a garden, like flowers in a garden. And I'm just asking everyone just to show love and to show respect to each other, and peace. I'm crying out for peace in the world right now, because the world is in turmoil. And not only peace, in the sense of physical peace, but mental peace, because a lot of people are suffering and have turmoil going on inside of them, and that's the reason why I do this song like "Reach Out," you know. So it's just a song. It's just my voice is kind of for love and peace. That's it, and respect.
Thanks so much, Papa Biggie. A lot of respect to you and to all your fans. They love you every time. And of course, me, myself, and of course, my team, Diva, and all of us right here on Out Fire Blazing. We'll be rescheduling another interview for you right here because we have much more questions to ask Papa Biggie and the lady Sarah. But we have more
Yeah,
questions.
man, give thanks, you know.
So
Yes,
we're going
we
to
do.
take it
He
away.
needs to tell us about his association down there in Africa where he's leading a particular group, but we'll get to that when we have you next time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
man,
of course,
definitely, you know, and a lot of progress
awesome.
going on. So, you know, so we'll definitely, you know, we'll go into that next time. All right.
All right.
Thanks much.
Certainly.
Thanks
Once
much.
again, thanks for having been on here, and give my regards to Miss Karen. All right, don't forget.
Okay, wifey. Yeah, man, definitely, you know, with
All
all
right,
due
Papa
respect, you know,
Biggie.
and thanks a lot, Sister Sarah and Mr.
Anytime.
Ken. Salaman, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much for having me, both of you. And
Papa
Yes,
thanks to
Biggie,
yes,
everyone out
Papa
there
Biggie.
listening and watching on Facebook, Sister Charmaine, and all the rest out there watching and listening.
Yes,
bless you.
sir. The good
Bless you.
and sexy Papa Biggie.
Yo, Stephen Genius, a Pappa Biggy, but Papa God, never said you know what we have to do. So hold it and let me up nothing. This I wanna put the grown and sexy. But them things that they still left with. We build the bridge cross over the patio. You and your friend can ride and gallio. We are the moon, we always the fence.
All right. Thank you again, Papa Biggie. Without further ado, we're going to dive right into our next entertainer, singer-songwriter Norval Edgehill. Norval, or Mr. Edgehill, I should say. I hope your day was fantabulously great. Welcome to the Jamaica Spotlight Show. And I want you to come out of the dark and into the light. I cannot see you. I'm sure our viewers would love to see your face. Yeah, I see that you're driving. All right, in the meantime, between time, let's remind our audience you are tuned to Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You can check us out on YouTube at Hot Fire Blazing FM, Hot Fire Blazing FM Voices, as well as Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. And don't forget Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Hot Fire Blazing FM. And we're live on Zeno.fm/radio/Hot Fire Blazing FM. Here comes Mr. Norval Edgehill. Once again, let's see you this time. Ready, set, go. Mr. Edgehill.
Norval, where the man? Come out of the darkness, man.
Yeah, you
You
hearing
may
me?
need to
Come
stop
out of
under
the
a
darkness,
tree.
brethren.
You're not hearing me?
Come out of the darkness and pop. We don't want to see your white
Hello?
teeth, them brethren.
Yes,
We
if
don't
your
want to see your
phone
white
Yeah.
teeth.
has a flashlight, you can just put on
Yeah,
that flashlight and turn it to you.
because me
I
still
see
a
some nice
drive.
white teeth right there.
A pure
Because me
white
still a
teeth,
drive. Me
Master
soon come out
brethren.
of the dark.
You're still driving.
Me s-
Okay, did you send your song to Father Ken? Because
Come
if I
out of
had
the
one, I would
darkness,
play
man.
it
Yeah,
for
me
Come
you
out
right
of the
now.
darkness and come into the light, brethren. Come out
yeah,
of
me
that.
soon reach by next 5 minutes we can come out, can come in. Yeah,
This is one of
still driving.
Norval's song.
Yeah,
What's the name of that
yeah,
song?
Father can have all I sang them.
Okay, great.
Norval, what's the name of the song?
True love is hard to find. For the
Love
first
is
time
hard to
kiss you,
find, I
girl,
guess.
I know you're mine. Since you went away, things never been the same.
Oh, I know.
Can't sleep.
What's the title of that song?
I know.
I
I
know.
know.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to I Know, sung by Norval Edgehill, singer-songwriter. I know, curious, you're waiting patiently.
I'm here comfortable. Putting in some music.
Yeah, man.
I shouldn't have hurt you. I know one day you will forgive me for all the trouble I caused you. Baby, I need you. Come back home, my love.
Lord, the man called Curious every time, man.
Yeah, man. Respect, man.
You see, I don't want to take Curious ahead of Norval because we have a lot of information to get from Curious. I want to get Norval out of the way and then we go on to Curious.
Yeah,
Sorry
man.
about that, Curious, but your topic something we want to
I'm at
we want to
peace.
have the audience thinking tonight. We're here to motivate, inspire, and educate. And I know you have a lot of information for us.
I'm at peace.
Uh,
Listening to some music.
Lady Sarah is teasing up the viewers and teasing up the listeners.
But I'm serious though. A lot of information. I was looking forward to
There's
this.
a lot of information coming up. And
Yep.
of course, I want all of the taxi drivers them to log in right now.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
one thing coming, a ton of crocus bag of things coming up right here.
Yes,
And
all
what why
transport
I'm listening to them.
operators,
I want you
your
to turn
turn
up the
to
radio.
tune in
And
in
when
a
you
video.
I want like a transistor, put it at your ears.
Oliver Big Sam.
Because Curious is on the line. And of
Buy
course,
some beta.
I want Norval to get out of the darkness, because this other song here, I want to listen to this other song from Norval.
But what Norval can do, if he still has difficulty with that, is put a nice profile picture on the screen and we'll talk to him.
Baby, your love is out of this world. I'm so glad I made you my girl.
You must sing a song called I Lady See Rema sing that fire.
Sing it, baby, sing it.
I Lady Sarah, you must sing that fire.
Thank you, Norval.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that in a Lady Sarah. That's a good idea that you have there.
Yeah,
The
you can
profile.
just put his profile picture. If not,
And
we'll just pretend that you're there, but answer the questions.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, and I'm driving. I can't operate the
All right,
phone
no
while driving.
problem at all. So may I just go ahead then and start with the questions because
Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you for joining us, even though you're driving. Now tell us a little bit about yourself and what first got you into music, or who got you into music.
You know, I'm born in Portland, a place named Commodore District. My father was a choir master for church, and my brother is a singer named Mikey Melody, famous singer. So, and I analyze him, so that's why I get in music.
You analyze it?
Yeah. Is
All
my
right.
is my is my inspiration, you know?
Okay. So you're my heart, my inspiration. Great. Big brother, hope you're listening to that. He's your older brother or younger sibling? Okay. All right. So I was listening to those two songs and I think I love them. One of them is for me, of course. How would you describe the music that you create?
I create my music them of things that we see happen.
Mundane, okay.
Yeah. So anything we see happen, we just create the music, and I have a good writer. Yes.
Oh, okay. So that actually was my next question. It says, what's your process like? So I'll go to the next question. Who would you most like to collaborate with?
I would like to collaborate with a whole heap of artists, you know.
Anyone specific, for example, let's see, Phantom Moja, Capleton. Give us a name.
Capleton berries, mostly berries. Yeah.
All right, and what is it about Barris that grabs you?
The type of song them that I sing.
Uh-huh.
Is the type of song that he sing.
Mr. Loverman, Norval.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem at all. Now, if you could open a show for any artist, who would that be?
I would like to open a show for berries.
For Barris, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what is one message you would like to give your fans?
I would like to give my fans themselves a look out for some great songs coming from me.
All right, thank you. Now, I was looking at a picture of yours and I'm thinking, seems like he's overseas. Or
yeah, I live in Canada, but now I'm in Jamaica.
All
I
right.
come to a graduation.
From the picture that I saw. Now, this is a little kind of weird question, off question. So you're a driver, you're a singer, songwriter. Do you have any talents that you would consider useless?
Yeah, I'm a technician.
A technician, but so that wouldn't be useless. A technician, what's your area of specialty?
I fix machine, I fix scissors lift, genie booms, car, bus, and all of those stuff.
There you go, man with talent, writing skills, singing skills. All right. And so had it not been for music, you would be focusing just on being a technician. Am I correct to say that?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
All right. Now, where have you performed prior, whether it's internationally or locally, and what is your favorite venue, or where is your favorite venue to perform?
I perform in Buffalo. I perform in Georgia. Yeah.
Okay.
And I do some little gigs in Canada, not major gigs.
Great. We have another Canadian entertainer too, Captain Love. You probably know him. But let me move on because we're focusing on you tonight. How do you feel about the impact technology has made on the music business?
It's good and it's bad. Yeah. Because
okay, and when you say it's good and it's bad, tell me about the bad side of it.
The bad side of it don't make the record sell like when I was growing up and see them doing records and those stuff. Now it's just
so
views.
It's because so many people now have access to it everywhere compared to back then when you had to go to the door with a 45 or an LP or something like that?
Yes, now it's just views and them stuff that sometimes you do all an album and it not even sell like 20 or no copy.
But there are entertainers who are selling albums, millions of copies of singles and all of that. Have you ever stopped to think, find out how they do that to see if you could get yours in that direction as well?
Yeah, because those artists well established.
Okay. So what do you think that you can do to get as established so you can sell some records?
I for just promote myself.
Okay.
Put myself on the market somewhere.
Do you have someone promoting you? Do you have a team?
It's just me and my producer. I don't have a team yet.
Okay. So definitely listening to your songs, I think you need to start getting a team together. And get a team going there. Now.
Yeah. That's why I link up with Mr. Kent.
All right. No problem. Now, if you could change anything about the entertainment and or music industry, what would that be and why that particular thing?
if I could change anything, I would make people listen to more culture music, to more tune that's where it people, you know, they tune them will come out like some little dirty tune, and then today you do them and next week then gone. You want song for long lasting.
Okay, definitely understand that part of it. And of course, that somebody else would say there is a place for it. There are people who are buying it. But how do you think, in what way can we make people listen to the cultural songs instead of the other kind of songs that are out there?
I tell you the truth, I don't know what to say about that.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm not going to keep you too long, especially the fact that you're driving. But let me
Yeah.
ask you, do you have any upcoming shows, anything in the pipeline?
No, not right now.
All right. And for your what do you have in mind for the next 5 to 10 years?
Just press, just put my music out, and then I just get popular.
All right. Thank you. I'd love to see you popular because that song about me, you're going to have to put my name on it, you know, when
Yeah.
we're promoting it.
hmm
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to me, Norval. I'm going to turn you over now to Father Ken. Father Ken, you're in the big chair.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty good, Lady Sierra. Novel on the radio.
They say love is blind, true love is hard to find.
For the first time I kiss you, girl, I know you're mine.
Since you went away,
Things never been the same. I can't sleep at night. I know that you love me.
I know you love me.
I know you love me. Yeah, I know.
Pull up.
Yes, Father Ken.
Broke.
Right,
Broke. May I tell us that this is a hot song coming through, of course, from the one and only, of course,
Norval Edgehill.
Edges, indeed, right here, indeed. And of course, your first song, your first big song, Novel, remind the world, let the world get a little feel of it.
You know what the first song me do, Sanchez sing it over? Every tick of the clock, my girl whining non-stop.
Pull up! Come again. You know, see, a lot of people don't know that it's not a simple artist we have here on the line, you know. Because a lot of songs, maybe a couple of songs that here out there kicking up dust a couple of years ago. This was the artist. And of course, this song was a song that maybe, you know, Curious was playing it in his car. And of course, Lady Sierra falling in love with this song, with her husband. Give us a little more feel of the song again. Let it hit them like a hammer.
Every tick of the clock, my girl whining non-stop. Yes, she whining up there and she whining down here like a whining machine. She winds up, she winds down, she winds round and round and round and round. Bring it on, bring it on.
Pull up my youth. Novel to the world, man. Tell you, man. The man have a voice. And who you say was your brother's name again?
Mikey Melody. Mikey Melody. Mikey Melody.
Mikey Melody. What's one of the Mikey Melody big song again? Give us a little piece of it.
I
You
know
don't
brag
have to
me,
sing it.
I know brag me a brag, I know boast me a boast. Below more she take care of me in everywhere. Me love her more food, clothes, and shelter. Mona Lisa.
Pull up, I tell you.
Hey,
This brother is from a musical family.
Yes, sir.
And then play artists will bring on Hot Fire Blazing FM, you know. And I want you to put some stripe on the man's name. You understand? Put some stripe on Novel name tonight. And of course, Novel, I want you to tell them a little bit about, of course, your social media platforms, how they can find you, and of course, after that, tell us the message that you wanted to share with the world out there and to hit them. But tell us your social media platforms.
Yeah, you want to see my social media is Norval Edgehill. I have Facebook, Instagram.
I want you to give us the key. When I say the key, the spelling, because I don't want to spell it wrong and get
And
the wrong key and go on a different avenue. So spell it.
yeah, it's NOR at hotmail.com. So that's Norval Edgehill. Yeah,
Edgehill.
that's it. That's my email. But on the Facebook is Norval Edgehill, CM spelling. Instagram,
Yeah.
Norval Edgehill.
Great stuff. So that's right across the board. And Facebook, TikTok,
Yeah,
YouTube,
it's Norval Edgehill.
Instagram,
Norval Edgehill.
Norval Edgehill. And of course, you say you have an album out now right now. You launched the album already?
It released, but we don't do no album launch yet. In your reflection of life, those songs that you're playing is half a
Yes. How much songs are on the album?
10.
10 songs
Yeah,
on
but
the
my
album.
yeah, another song on it was on my favorite. Release on my shoulder.
Wow. What's the producer? What's the producer for that album? Who's the producer?
Fizz production.
Piece of production, and it's out there
Fizz.
on all social media platforms.
Yeah, it upon all platforms.
Wow. Watch out for those songs. We're going to be playing those songs right here on Hot Fire Blazing FM and more radio stations across Jamaica and all social media platforms. I know that Lady C will like the song. Tick up the clock. You know, when I hear that song, I remember Never Willoughby have a song called Flying Machine.
Yeah, that's all for it. That's all for the melody. That song that come.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so creative. That's so creative, my brother. Indeed, right here, indeed. You have some people that you want to bless up. I don't want to say big up, bless up.
I bless first. I bless up my wife in Canada, Claudia, and bless up
Yes.
my brother Mikey Melody, and to my daughter, and my son, and to everybody in the world. You know.
Okay. I just said before you grown up in Portland,
Yeah, Portland, place named Commodore. Born.
Commodore.
Yeah, and
You
then
went
come a Valley.
Okay. And you travel foreign land and circle
Yeah,
back to Jamaica and continue with the music.
yeah,
Tell us
continue.
about that. A little birdie tell me that you have a little sound system. What's the name of that sound system?
Desert Eagle.
Desert Eagle.
Yeah,
I was curious, never hear about Desert Eagle yet, you know. Desert Eagle. I think that sound ring a bell. That sound used to go across Jamaica, don't it?
that's on the farm in the Cayman farm of Cockburn Pen and the Cayman Islands and Buffalo.
Wow. And Buffalo. Wow.
Yeah,
We're hearing much more about that sound and much more from Norval right here on Hot Fire Blazing FM, because he's gonna be one of our artists and we are endorsing this brother, and of course Sierra love this brother, Esther Royal and all the team, and I know Lily Hewlett love this artist and all the persons on Hot Fire Blazing FM. Not to talk about our revolutionists, of course. The transport minister right here with us, indeed. Gonna be kicking
yeah,
up a storm. So
yeah.
don't you go
I even
nowhere. And of course, thanks so much. And of course, love every time. And we're gonna be
bless
keep
him.
pushing the songs. Lady Sarah, any final word for?
Yes, Norval. Thank you
Yeah,
so very much for stopping by. Be safe on the road whenever you're ready to come back again. Talk to Father Ken. We'll be happy to have you. Blessings and love.
yeah,
More
yeah.
love, more life. Stay
Yeah,
safe.
thank you so much for having me on your platform.
Thank you. Thank you. Just to remind our listeners, you are tuned to Hot Fire Blazing FM, where everything turn up and Satan burn up. Join us 24/7, weekdays, weekend on zeno.fm/radio/ Hot Fire Blazing FM. And don't forget to check out our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube pages. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment. You can do that over and over again. Want to be a sponsor? Yes, you can too. Drop us an email at hotwaxja@gmail.com. Over to you, Father Ken. If anything, before we go to
Looking for the hottest vibes, a real conversation, and authentic Jamaican culture? Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah Dion alongside host Carol Lou McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great.
But of course, it has to be great. It's on Hot Fire Blazing FM, where big things are going. Once again, everything turn up, see it and burn up. Now, let's welcome to the stage Transport Minister Conroy Nezbeth. Mr. Nezbeth, welcome to the Jamaica Spotlight Show.
Yes, good night. Good evening,
night,
everyone.
sir. Yes, sir. And before we go into all these questions, I just want to ask you so I can understand and others can understand how this works and we can, maneuver things. How do you separate your personal beliefs from your professional responsibilities when discussing or showing concerns for policies you may not necessarily agree with?
All right, just before I respond to that, I want to declare that I am not the transport minister.
Well, we know that. We know, but we go by, your comments. And before you do that, also just give us a little bit of background so they know exactly who you are and invite your friends to tune in.
Yes, so my name is Conroy Nezbeth, and I'm known as Curious. All my colleagues know me as Curious with a K. I'm an advocate for the transport sector and for Jamaican people. My motto is justice and a better Jamaica. So I'm responsible for, I'm known as an activist in the transport sector.
All right, thank you. So go ahead.
You want me to continue?
No, I thought you were saying something. So I'm just saying to persons out there, like he says he's an advocate and he publicly supports or pleads for cause on behalf of other persons like myself and others. Now, I'm sure listening to you, you have a world of experience, or as they call it, a wealth of experience and information. Now, have you ever been in the position, sounds like you have been, but I still have to ask you, the position when you had to enforce or rule on a procedure that you found to be frustrating or that you disagreed with, how did you handle it? What steps did you take?
I don't get that question.
All right. Have you ever had to make a rule? Say you disagree with me on something, right? Or you get frustrated with me dealing with an issue. You don't like what I say at all. How would you handle that? You and I are having a conversation, or for example, if there is a a minister out there doing or saying something in the transport sector that you disagree with, you get frustrated, how do you handle it? What do you do?
Well, I am mature enough to disagree with anyone, whether it be the average man in the street or the minister, and don't get frustrated. I like to think I'm well composed.
All right, this next question is going to lead you into the world of information that you need to give us. If there was one aspect of Jamaica's current government or agency you could change, what would it be and why? Floor is yours.
Well, naturally, I decide to defend the transport sector. And I want to say that I rise to the occasion as a result of watching the injustice being dishing out to my colleagues for a number of years. And people turning a blind eye. A lot of taxi operators, bus operators have been suffering in the corporate area and across Jamaica as a result of a bad system, very bad system that target them, flood them with unlawful charges, and then tell the public lies about them as to those charges. Well, as I said, I'm not the transport minister, and I'm not here to pretty up things.
I don't want you to.
My aim is to ensure that we have a better transport system in Jamaica, which is to ensure that we have a proper workplace for the members and that we have justice.
All right. Now that you say that, go ahead and tell our listeners, be very specific as to some, because we can't do all of them tonight, some of the issues or the things that are being done, which is an injustice to the transport sector, the taxi operators, bus drivers, etc., which kind of gets you all riled up. Just a few examples, one or two.
I want to highlight that currently the government have a system or an initiative that they are carrying out or to be carried out at the stadium, where they are looking to address the tickets that they claim to be outstanding. They call it backlog. Now, from my research and my experience, majority of those traffic tickets, and let me be precise, the traffic tickets between the year 2018 and 2023 are unlawful. The government is still using those tickets to prosecute Jamaican today. And as I mentioned, they are calling Jamaicans to come in to register. Register, just that process alone must tell you that something is wrong. When you have a matter in the court, if you are charged with any offense, whether it be a traffic offense or any offense at all, there is no court in this world that call you to come register so that them can prosecute. The mere fact that they have to be calling Jamaicans to register, that alone tells you that the process was violated, and every Jamaican is entitled to the right to due process. So now, let me highlight quickly just a few reasons why the traffic tickets between the year 2018 and 2023 are unlawful. One, there's a specific traffic ticket for the yellow painted sidewalk. That traffic ticket, they have been issuing that ticket from as far back as 2005.
May I interrupt you? So what is that? Like a fire lane or something? You said the yellow painting. Normally when we see that, it's either a fire lane or a no parking lane.
In the corporate area between downtown and Arthurtree and majority of the towns in Jamaica. But I am sure about downtown and Arthurtree, which would be Kingston and St. Andrew environs. 90% of the sidewalk that the people would walk on are painted yellow.
Okay.
We have been getting charged for that from as far back as 2005.
So what I'm not understanding, why are they charging you for it? And is there something that they were saying you should not be? Are you parking there? Why are they charging the driver?
I was just about to explain.
Okay.
The problem, the yellow painted sidewalk by itself, it is not an offense. In other words, you can stop anywhere the sidewalk is painted yellow as a Jamaican to let off or pick up, whether you are a public driver, which would be a taxi driver or a bus driver, or whether you are a private driver, which would be, like a private white plate driver. You are completely free to stop, to let off, to pick up where the sidewalk is yellow. I'm saying to you and to your listeners and to the world that 90% of the sidewalks between downtown and Arthurtree are painted yellow. And even though it is not illegal for any Jamaican to stop and to use those sidewalks, the police and the government use that as a means to issue us traffic tickets. And just think for 1 second, as a taxi driver who traverses the road daily, your duty is to sit down and pick up passenger. That's the mode of your work. And you've been getting charged for that.
So before you go any further, when they issue that ticket, what is written on the ticket? What does the charge say?
To be exact, the charge, it states failure to comply with other traffic signs.
Okay.
That would be the wording. Down further on the ticket, the police would comment, yellow curb, seen, park or stop where the sidewalk is painted yellow, or any comment involving yellow paint or yellow sidewalk. The police comment varies.
So in the driver's handbook, does it make reference to the sidewalk? Does it have a no parking or anything on there? Or it's just painted yellow and we drivers should know? What is it?
I'm saying that the sidewalk is just painted yellow. And you free to stop, to let off, to pick up,
Mm-hmm.
and go about your daily business as a taxi operator or a private motorist. I'm
Okay,
also
and it
saying,
has no stopping, standing, or parking signs there, right?
no, the yellow
Okay.
paint, let me clarify.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with downtown Kingston.
I don't know nothing about the road code. So
No,
I'm
just
asking you.
no, not the road code, the area.
Or the area, yeah.
Right. Or half a tree. But those people who are listening and know the area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Imagine the entire area that we
Mm-hmm.
operate, that we run
Mm-hmm.
our taxi.
Uh-huh.
All the roads, all the major roads, the sidewalk are painted yellow.
Mm.
And imagine now the police charging us whenever we stop to let off or to pick up, which is the nature of our work.
Okay.
That essentially means every stop equal a traffic ticket. I'm also saying that that is an unlawful charge, and that is the ticket or one of the ticket that they would use to flood Jamaicans, especially taximan, with outstanding tickets.
All right. So my next question to that is then, if they are saying taxi operators are not supposed to stop there, is there a designated area where the taxi operators are supposed to stop, pick up, drop off, and all of that?
No, there's no designated area because to ply a specific route
Mm-hmm.
and along the route, the entire sidewalk are painted yellow.
Okay.
So there's really no area. I'm saying it is an impossible situation. And that's why we are here tonight to raise awareness. When the public hear not the transport, the justice minister
Mm-hmm.
threatening Jamaican to imprison them using traffic tickets that is accumulated. This is how the traffic tickets are accumulated by targeting Jamaicans, mainly taximan and busman, flood them with traffic tickets, even traffic tickets that is not registered or on the books as law. And when you go to court, the traffic court, the court charge you. It is very bad. But let me highlight something quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Between the year 1989
Mm-hmm.
and 2015,
Mm-hmm.
the Transport Authority charged public drivers, PPV drivers, unlawful fines.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, they would charge us that.
Mm-hmm.
That is about 26 years by
You
my
mean for
count.
the licenses for the PPV or something else?
Yes,
Okay.
they charge us unlawful fines. Fines that they weren't authorized to charge us. They charge us. That is between the year 1989 and 2015.
Mm-hmm.
That came out in the House of Parliament. And when it came out, the government moved to indemnify the Transport Authority.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
To write laws and give them a pass in order so that we cannot hold them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot get redress, even though we were charged unlawfully from 1989 until 2015. Now, The police charge Jamaican motorists, mainly taxi operators and bus operators, unlawfully. This now is a separate incident. From 2006 to the 5th of November 2021. One Jamaican challenge, that gentleman name is Mr. Housen. The matter went to the Supreme Court. That is how I become aware that all along they were charging us unlawfully. The government again draft up laws to indemnify the police so that the transport sector and Jamaican people cannot hold them accountable and get redress.
All right, and you're saying that's going on from 1989 straight into today, correct?
And they are still currently prosecuting Jamaicans as a result of those unlawful charges that I mentioned.
Okay. So curious.
Yes.
You identified a systemic issue, right? That needs to be resolved. Now, what steps have you taken or what actions have you taken to get a resolution?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, that I rise to the occasion as a result of these injustices that we witness and experience over the years. One of the first things we do was to engage the authorities to get a better workplace, better working condition, address the license. Now, we were operating and still is to some extent in a situation where we get a license from the transport authority, and when we go to work, the police and the transport would use that license as a means to target us.
Wow.
So we engage them, we rally members together, and we even commence strike. As a result of that, we were able to get the government to approve legal taxi route license in the corporate area. Now, while that is a positive, there's so many unresolved issues that we can't even celebrate. We're glad for that that positive move, but the situation is still atrocious.
So there's no balance, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that the unlawful charges that I mentioned, Jamaicans are still suffering as we speak today, because those tickets are still being used to prosecute Jamaicans, even though they were, pronounced as unlawful.
So I'm not quite sure, I could be wrong. Was there never a ticket amnesty program or something they were trying to do to assist the taxi drivers or the transport sector?
Well, let me highlight. The problem in Jamaica, in the transport sector, is that the government use the road traffic laws as a means to collect revenue. That in itself is unlawful, because the road traffic laws were made for road safety and road order. The government used it to collect revenues. As a result of that, we get a targeting system. A system that is set to target motorists, but mainly taxi and bus operators, as we work on the road and flood us with unlawful tickets.
So let me ask you, so something like a seatbelt law or a speeding law, are those two that I just mentioned included in the unlawful tickets, or I don't know? Talk to me.
All right, let me highlight. In 2021, it came out in the media that one Jamaican challenged a speeding ticket. And the Supreme Court granted an injunction that not one more ticket must write until the government rectify that matter. The challenge was that the speeding ticket come with a fixed penalty according to the regulation of 800 Jamaican dollars. And the police impose 5,000. And that is what makes it unlawful. That's why the Supreme Court grant that injunction and stop immediately the writing of all traffic tickets in Jamaica. The government and journalists at the time had to convene night parliament to change the regulations and make the amendment. When we do our checks, we get to find out that the unlawful fines were not just being imposed on that one particular speeding ticket, but on 90% of all tickets that were being issued over the period. And remember that we are the target, and hence we would have gotten those tickets more than anybody else.
So are you saying this is specifically for downtown Kingston, or is it happening other places throughout the island?
It happened right across Jamaica.
Okay.
But the hot seat, the hot pot would be the carpet area.
Okay. All right. So after that one tiny itsy bitsy victory that you had, where we can't even celebrate because, hey, there's so many other things. What have you done since then to try to get something else on the board and get a resolution?
Well, me, along with my executive members, we currently are rallying members and preparing ourselves to seek redress in the Supreme Court. And we are preparing to take it to the High Court in England as
the privy?
If we don't get redress in the Supreme Court out here, then we are preparing to take it to the highest court. The situation is, it demands that. The ruling in 2024, there was a ruling that came out in 2024 that all traffic tickets that were imposed with unlawful fines is a constitutional breach, and that people must be compensated. We are not comfortable with the ruling because the remedy that the court harder is only for people who pay. So the breach is to impose the unlawful fines. The people who suffer the most, naturally, public drivers, taximan, busman. And because we suffer the most, more than likely, we couldn't pay. Because imagine you're operating in a space where every stop is possibly a ticket.
So, not to cut you off, but earlier you mentioned indemnify. Is that this where the indemnification would come in?
When the injunction was granted by the Supreme Court, the government proceed to indemnify. Yes, but the case was concluded about a year after that. And the court grant remedy. I'm saying that we are not comfortable with the remedy that the court grant because it excludes the people them that suffer the most. The remedy from the court says is only people who pay must be compensated.
Wow.
But the breach take place on all who the unlawful fines were imposed upon. And I'm saying that over the years, the system compiled hundreds of tickets on drivers, public drivers, target them and flood them with those tickets. More than likely, those are the people who couldn't pay. So we don't feel comfortable with that ruling.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that it's coming from government to government to government, coming down to today, because it's over the years.
It is very sad.
And no one is doing anything about it.
Such is the situation. But I must say this. The indemnifying or the indemnification that take place, it happened under this current government when they took office, and it came to light that taxi operators, bus operators were charged unlawfully by the Transport Authority. They made the decision to indemnify the Transport Authority and to bar us from getting redress.
So have you gone to the transport minister?
When we put the issue of unlawful tickets and unlawful charges to the transport minister and to the police, we are told that it is a matter for the court and it is not their, So I don't know how they do it, but that's what we are told. It is a matter
So it's
for
a
the
lot
court.
of legalities in there, a lot of red tapes and roadblocks for you. Is that what you're saying?
No, I am saying that it is very clear that the traffic tickets are unlawful. There's no question about that. We're talking about hundreds of thousands in unlawful charges and fines. Members are going to prison as a result of those unlawful charges and fines. Members are losing their driver's license, which is what they would use to provide for their family. A teacher, well, a mechanic tool of trade would be spanner and the pliers. A mason tool of trade would be, his shovel and his tape measure. The taxi and the busman tool of trade is his driver's license. So when you take away a taxi man driver's license, you essentially put him out of a job, and he can no longer provide for himself or his family.
So, has your group or any of these members consulted with an attorney who can go over the laws and the rules and policies, break them down, and try to figure out who's doing well? You say the agency is doing wrong, but we need somebody to interpret the law to see where we are going wrong. Has anyone done that?
Well, I have done quite a few consultations.
Mm-hmm.
The lead attorney in the case that I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
he came in a meeting with us, and I have his personal contact. I've spoken with him on numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
So we spoken with a lot of lawyers on the issues, and we don't have any doubt about whether they are unlawful or we know that they are unlawful. We have evidence of them being unlawful. And most importantly, we have the Minister of Justice admit in House of Parliament that the traffic ticket system before 2023, the information is corrupt. There's a gap in it. So if a system is corrupt, how can you take information from a corrupt system to prosecute anyone? There is no question about whether it is unlawful or not. We know for sure.
So tell me, I don't know the process of how they handle traffic tickets. So once you get a traffic ticket, what do? You take it to the courts, pay the fine, or do you get to say, hey, I didn't do this, or what happens?
All right. When you get a traffic ticket in Jamaica, the traffic ticket have the allegation on it, and it also have what they call a fixed penalty fine. The allegation, if you agree that you actually did commit an offense, so you're not contesting the allegation, you get some days, 21 days, to pay the fixed penalty at the tax office without going to court. So there's a provision on the traffic ticket that allow you to settle the matter outside of court. That's the purpose of the fixed penalty. If you don't agree with the police, it also came with a court date that you should attend court. The court date now is for you to go to court and challenge.
So with the court date, do you have to request it, or is it something that is automatically set?
It is
by
on the
you
ticket.
not paying? Huh?
The court date is written on the ticket.
Okay.
Any more questions regarding such?
Well, I could go on, but guess what? I'm going to turn you over to Ken Solomon because I'm sure he has a lot of questions for you. I know there are more issues that you would love to talk about, but tonight is too short. We have to schedule a whole evening for you, Curious. It's very interesting.
I get you. But
all right.
Yeah, man.
And,
Yes,
and thank you for the information that you've just shared with us. Father Ken, over to you.
Thanks much, Lady Sarah. I think you're correct, when you say that, of course, this situation need a whole program to go to all the questions and get the answers, because I think the transport system is in a situation that and numerous of questions can be asked. And of course, it is proven that there are a lot of things happening out there on the road. And of course, curious have been facing it day by day. And he suggested from 2018 to 2023, what are some of the outstanding tickets? My God. Of course, persons are facing, my brothers and sisters who are working their honest bread out there on the road as a taxi operator. I've known a lot of persons, close persons that is operating as a taxi operator right now. And sometimes 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, they're just going to their bed. And of course, from 6, 5 o'clock, they're on the road. And sometimes they don't even make a percentage of money that they can pay their bills and do whatever, because sometimes when they make a little money, they have to go to the court. And tell me, of course, Mr. Conroy Nezbeth, aka Curious, could you tell me what are some of the charges and offenses that reoccur day to day, the same offense reoccur on that same day, to your memory? Could you shed those lights for us on At Fire Blazing FM this evening tonight?
Yes, so the charges them that we face on a daily basis are as a result of us not having a proper place to do business. For the taxi operators, a proper workplace would be a terminus where you park to let off and to pick up your passenger.
Yes.
And it also would be a proper license issued from the government that authorizes you to work. So what has happened is we were given a license, which is charter license.
Yes.
And the commuters that are traveling on a daily basis,
yes,
they don't, the demand for that service is not as much. The commuters,
the demand for that service is not as much. When
right.
I say as much, what do you mean by saying as much?
Meaning most Jamaicans cannot afford to charter a taxi based on their pay. Most Jamaicans are getting minimum wage, which is just 16,000.
Yeah.
So realistically, most Jamaicans cannot afford to hire a taxi from point A to point B, or to go to work every day and back home. So,
okay.
So the type of taxi that the public demand is what we call out here a route taxi, where people travel together, similar to the bus, and everybody would pay a fare.
So you are not allowed for that kind of a license?
We recently got the government to approve that license. That is the small victory that I mentioned.
And how much persons out there right now have those kind of license, to your knowledge?
Well, I'm saying to you,
50% or 60%.
I'm saying that those licenses become approved in the corporate area.
Yes.
As of last year, 2024. Leading up to that, we were in a situation where we have to be using the charter license to provide a service that is affordable to the commuters.
Yeah.
And we were getting charged for that.
And so, why were you getting charged? Is that do the system have set up for taxi operators as trapped, set up as a trap to charges? Because no matter what you do, you're gonna get charged. That's what you're saying?
precisely overall, when we check the working condition, it is set up to ensure that every stop is a potential traffic ticket. And that is how the members them now would accumulate hundreds of tickets over the time. We came to find out from the court case that I mentioned that those tickets were not just issued unfairly, but unlawfully with inflated fines and unauthorized fines.
So you're saying to me, so Mr. Nezbeth, you're saying to me that the government has been having their own citizens, charging them unlawfully while they're trying to do a legal job, and the government, as the system, has been setting up them for charges. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
But look at it. Look at it this way.
Yes.
Look at it this way. Just listening to you, it looks to me like, of course, for going to court, you can end up see one person charges for the same thing all 4, 5, 6 times.
Father Ken, may I cut in just to say something real quick? Because I'm listening and I'm a little bit lost here. Now, unauthorized fines generally refers to a penalty or a fee issued by an entity or a person who lacks the legal authority. So is that the kind of issue we have, or is it something else?
That is exactly what happened over the period, my dear. And I'm saying to you, the Transport Authority first did it from 1989 until 2015. How much year is that? And then we have the police do it from 2006 up until the 5th of November 2021 when it came to light. That is exactly what I'm saying. That these people were charging and have been charging taximan and Jamaican motorists without the legal authority.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
this
for 26 years.
This has been lady serious. This is very serious.
26 years.
This has been happening for so much years. And the government, it is still there. So, go ahead.
It is about 30 odd years if you check it properly.
You said from 1989?
One incident is with the Transport Authority. And that happened from 1989.
Yes.
Straight until 2015.
So that would be 26 years, wouldn't it?
Wonderful. But then now there is another incident, separate incident now, from a different agency. The police this time. They impose unlawful fines and unauthorized fines, inflated fines and unauthorized fines from 2006 up until 2021.
What I would love to see, though, curious, I know this is Father Ken's section here, but what I would love to see is the statutes on as it relates to that unauthorized fine, or what they're charging for, what the statutes say about that, and also the one about the yellow paint. If I could get access to those, just to read it for myself, to see what it says, and to try to figure out why are those fines unauthorized. Because here, when we're stopped by a cop and they give us a ticket, we have the option of either paying it or going to court. Sometimes you show up at court and the officer doesn't show up, it's dismissed. But then we also have to look at the statutes and say, okay, what it says and why are we being charged for that? And then we decide if we need an attorney for the case.
I definitely think that this is a setup for the way how the government can make money.
I can provide you with all those information.
Okay.
Mr. Ken Solomon can approved this. I sent to him video recording
Okay.
of members getting tried 2 times for the same offense.
That's
We
the
just
same question I asked, yes?
yes, but remember that I sent you video recording of
So
that.
that's why we want to get it out there to the public.
Yes, and the traffic court are trying people 2 times, charging people 2 times. The reason why that is happening is because the traffic ticket that we mentioned, the said period, 2018 up until 2023, all those traffic tickets, the information are mixed up, corrupt. The authorities cannot tell who paid from who didn't pay and the status of those information. Yet still, they are using them to prosecute, and they are calling Jamaica to come in to register, to re-register. I don't even know how they do it because
That's why, you know, I have a lot of respect for Mr. Curious, because he's an advocate for the taxi operators in Jamaica, and he got mileage for that, because he go ahead and form. I think you're the founder for an organization. Tell us a little bit about that.
right. So in 2018, 2019, I start out in New Kingston to rally the members.
Yes.
With one aim in mind.
Yes.
And that is to form an organization where we can defend ourselves.
Yes.
This was after observing for a number of years the injustice that have been dishing out. We pull together, we throw our money together, and we get that organization registered through the company office. Today, we decide to change the name. The name of that organization was the Owners and Operators of New Kingston.
Yes.
But as I mentioned, we decided to change the name recently so that we can speak to a wider group, because we recognize that the issues are affecting the entire driving population in Jamaica, but mainly public drivers.
Yes.
So we are now called the Transport Society of Jamaica.
Yes.
And that is where we're at. And as I mentioned, we are gearing up to commence our court action again, Supreme Court, with the intention to take it further.
Wow. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous.
So that's where we're at.
So when I listen to you, it seems that what you're driving at, you know, is like the traffic laws of Jamaica, to especially in terms of for the taxi drivers, taxi operators, and we really need a revisit from members of the parliament to do a lot of changes. And if they could do that, what are some of would some of your requests to the parliamentarians that you would like to see?
Well, this thing is easy to fix. It's not nothing hard. The problem is those that is in authority, they use it as a means to collect revenue.
Yes.
If you are looking at the transport sector as a means to collect revenue, it means that whatever you're implementing is to ensure that the police can write tickets so people can pay.
Yes.
But if you are looking to fix the transport sector, then we'll be looking at proper workplace for the members.
Yes.
So as a transport minister, or as a government,
Yeah.
you would be looking at proper workplace for the drivers
Yes.
and for the commuters,
Yes.
and that mean proper license
Yes.
that reflect the type of work that the drivers are doing.
Yes.
So it is not nothing hard. The drivers cannot get up and give themselves parking. Well, look at this. Between downtown Kingston and Arthur Tree is roughly about 36 route.
Yes.
You know what I mean by that when we say 36 route?
Explain to the people then.
36 different community where people travel from their community to Kingston.
Yes.
So Rockford to downtown Parade would be one route. Vineyard Town to downtown Parade would be another route. Rallington Town to downtown Parade, another route. Mountain View to Arthur Tree, another route. So we're talking about 36 different routes where the people travel and where the drivers operate. For those 36 routes, there are literally no parking. So when the drivers are downtown,
that's the way they get the tickets.
Right. So when you are downtown doing your work, waiting on passenger, the police would come and ticket you. If every trip you get a ticket for the day, how much ticket you end up have? Same thing for Arthur Tree. When you reach at Arthur Tree and you're letting off or picking up ticket, because there's literally no parking. So if those in authority want to fix the issues, the first thing is proper parking place for the members. And believe me, we communicate this to them. We've been communicating this to them from as far back as 2023. This was when I seriously get involved in the advocacy and engaging the authorities.
Yes. Yes.
But you have another group that were communicating even before me. We keep begging these people proper place to park and do business. They choose to keep it like that so that they can flood us with traffic tickets. Now, once you have proper parking, proper license, the taxi drivers them now would have a uniform system. When they reach the destination, there is a queue, there is a line. That, my brother, is harder. There's no way we can get that except the government of the day decide that, hey, guess what? We're going to fix this thing once and for all and give Jamaican people the best transport system.
Wow.
Stop targeting the drivers and tell Lioness that we are indisciplined. No. As I mentioned before,
yes,
because I want to repeat this. 1989 to 2015, the Transport Authority were charging taximan and busman unlawfully. Let me repeat, unlawfully, without legal authority. Now, when it came to light in the House of Parliament, that is where I get the news. That is how I found out it was unlawful. Because somebody bring it up in the House of Parliament. The government decided to indemnify the transport authority and bar us from getting compensation.
Wow. The government did that.
2006 to 2021 November, the 5th of November, that is almost 2022. It came to light again that the police were issuing unlawful traffic tickets
And they shut it down.
with inflated fines from 2006 up until that date, 2021. Two separate things, one with transport and then another one with the police. The two of them crossed over. So between 2006 and 2015, both agency was imposing unlawful fines on taxi operators and on Jamaican motorists. When it is found out again in 2021, the government initiative was to do the same thing, indemnify the police, barring us from getting compensation and redress. To this day, they are still using traffic tickets that were imposed between 2018 and 2023 with the unlawful fines that were imposed and violate your constitutional rights as it was imposed. They are still calling Jamaican to court to answer, to use those traffic tickets to prosecute.
Until now.
As we speak now, they are still doing it.
Mr. Conroy Nezbeth, of course, I think we got to put the lid on it right here, because of course we have a lot of things to do, and I think what you need to do, you need to invite, of course, your partner on that we could have you both and on the Jamaica Spotlight show, me, myself, and of course Lady Sarah, to just have about the traffic scenario, laws and everything like that, and you place what you want to do, what you like to see, and we go into some more in-depth talk. So we're going to be turning it over to Lady Sarah. Thank you so much, of course, Conroy Nezbeth, aka the
Curious.
man of Curious.
But just before you close, we want to invite all taxi operators in Jamaica,
yes,
and all motorists to join with us so that we can get the matters resolved once and for all.
Well, spread the word, my brother. Spread the word to them. We are here at Fire Blazing FM. We're blazing the fire. Everything turn up, you know. And of course, Babylon burn up. Yes, indeed. Of course, Lady Sarah smiling.
Thank you. And Curious, thank you for coming on. Now, the next time you come, just bring that little evidence for us, because personally, I prefer to err on the side of caution when it comes to the evidence. I like to rely on the evidence so I don't get caught up into the confirmation bias. But that's a lot of information, and bring like at least 2 more people with you from the transport sector so they can also tell us what they're going to, because we're hearing it from you, but you're one person. So when you have more, the more the merrier, and of course the support will be there. So when they're listening, they're not, no, it's just Curious. No, it's more. But I really love to rely on evidence. But like I said, I know you have a lot to say, but it will take more than tonight.
Bless her.
All right, thank you and respect.
Yes.
Send some shout out to your transport friends and family and directors and manager for us.
Yeah, man. I'm saying to all taxi operators across Jamaica, let's link up, call Curious, at 546-4373 and let us get this matter fixed once and for all. I know that a lot of you guys are suffering and believe that there's no way out. And I'm here to tell you that we have a team of executive that we put together and we are ready and willing to do the work. So just reach out and let us ensure that we protect our little piece of this Jamaica. Yeah. Respect.
Thanks much.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, you're all tuned to Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV, and you can be a sponsor. Send us an email at hotwaxja@gmail.com. You can also collaborate with us if you would like, and feel free to call 1-876-582-2704. Listen to us live on zeno.fm/radio/Hot Fire Blazing FM. Check out our social media pages on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Hot Fire Blazing FM, and also on YouTube, Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV and Hot Fire Blazing FM Voices. I'm Sarah Diva Dion, turning it over now to Father Ken.
Looking for the hottest vibes, a real conversation, and authentic Jamaican culture? Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah Diva Dion alongside host Carolou McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great.
Badam, 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 bam, 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 badam, badam, badam. Yes, indeed, right here. See you next week, same place, same time.
Ciao.
Episode of Hot Fire Blazing FM. I want to shout out to all our artists, brethren, on the chat room, the WhatsApp chat. Yes, bless up on yourself every time. Of course, we're gonna be continue to blaze the fire. Me and my Sarah Diva right here on Hot Wax Blazing FM. Love every time. Peace.
Have a
Blessings.
great weekend. Peace.